honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of felt a little bit insulted that, like, knowing that you don't have a lot going on down there, that you would like approach me. Yo, I'm sorry if that's fucked up, but like, I'm literally terrified of small, like it's a real fear. I get that cash and I flip it, yeah. I get that cash and I flip it. So hey to all my cherry bombs, I am here with a just interesting and I feel like messy story, because I'm just like, oh my god, what the entire, like, this whole situation just had me saying what the entire. And yeah, I'm just my life, you guys. I don't understand how I just be having these situations. So anyway, if I am a new face to you guys, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Please give this video a thumbs up so more people can find my content, and then also turn on your post notifications, because I am very sporadic with how I post. I say this in every video, you guys. I literally come and post without warning. I have no schedule. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not a planner. So we are going to get right into this, you guys. All my social media is linked in the description box down below. I am wearing Rebecca Fashion official hair. It is super bomb. I put this in my Melanated Monday as well. I'm literally in love with this hair, you guys. Best curly hair I've ever had. And yeah, let's get right into this freaking story. Before I even get into this story, I do want to say, I hope people don't feel like I'm not telling this story to be malicious or anything like that. I literally, it was just something that happened, and to me it was like, what the F. So just so you guys know, I'm just telling this because it's an experience that happened in my life. I'm not telling it to shade the person or to shade anybody or anything like that. It's just the story, like, in hindsight, I'm just like, honestly, it was funny. I don't really want to say it was funny because, like, I feel like after I tell it, people are gonna be like, oh my god, that's so mean that you thought that was funny. But it was just funny because of the scenario. And yeah, so again, no malicious intent behind this story. Okay, so you guys, I was ranting on Instagram about how I feel like hot girl summer and city boy summer is canceled, right? And my rant was really stemming from the fact that I literally feel like every time you're not looking for a relationship as a female, that's when all the guys come out the cut and they want to cuff you. They want to profess their undying love for you. And it's just like, but as soon as you're ready to tighten up, niggas be nowhere to be found. Again, like I said in that video, originally moving up here, I was in hot girl mode. Like, I was like, yeah, I want to come here, I want to date, I want to mingle, I want to have fun. I literally just want to, like, no strings attached, have my little fun, and then peace out. Like, and I feel like I've been getting nothing but people who get in there, like, or not currently getting, because again, like, I've chilled out now, but when I first got to New York, I feel like I kept on getting people who were like, wanted to cuff, wanted to wife, like, and I'm just like, any other time y'all be trying to deliver the D and get the fuck on. Now all of a sudden, when I'm over here and I'm like up here trying to be like, oh, I just want to mingle, I want to have fun, now everybody want to catch feelings, and I'm just like, what? Like, what's going on? I thought this was supposed to be a city boy summer. Where the city boys at? But anyway, this is just about to be a whole bunch of mess. And all that little ranting that I just did, y'all will understand as I explain the situation. The other day, I went out to the beach with some coworkers. And we had a great time at the beach. Everything was chill, like, you know, it was lit. So we get done at the beach, and then one of my coworkers the next day on Tuesday hits me up, and he's like, I want to talk to you about something. And I'm like, what the fuck? So in my head, I'm just like, did I say something wrong at the beach? Like, do we have beef? Like, did something happen that I'm not aware happened? Like, what is it that he could possibly want to talk to me about? and he was making it seem like really like sketchy, like like it was a, I have to talk to you about this in person, or like he didn't say that, but he like asked me what I was doing, like if I was free, if I was available, like to meet up. And then when I said no, like he was like, oh, okay, well I have something I want to talk to you about. And he was like, oh, I'll call you. So like the nature of it was kind of like, I don't want to text this. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like freaking out low key, because I'm like, I wonder, like, I really like what y'all, when I said I was freaking out because this is one of the first jobs that I've had where it is absolutely no drama. Everybody gets along, and I just love that atmosphere. Like, it is literally so drama free. So in my head, I'm just like, oh my god, like I don't want there to be drama. This job has been like so chill, it's been so drama free, and now there's gonna be drama, and I'm of course involved. So I was freaking out. So Tuesday like goes by, that's probably like around 1 p.m. So he doesn't ever call me, and I'm just like, okay, like I'm really confused, because I'm just like, okay, what happened? Like what was it? So I ended up calling him. He didn't pick up the phone or whatever. So I'm just like, okay, like, but okay, you know, I'm letting it be what it is. So Wednesday comes around, he still hasn't talked to me about what he needs to talk to me about, and I'm just like, this is really weird, because like literally like the way that he said it was like, oh, we really need to talk about this. So I'm just like, why would you say that and then go missing? Like, I'm like, what? I hate when people do that. I'm one of those people where like, if you say that we really need to talk about something and then you go missing and you don't tell me, I'm about to press you, because I hate when people do that. Because now I want to talk. Before I didn't know, or I didn't care, whatever the case may be, but now she done said what's up, now I'm like, what's up? So Wednesday comes around, and he's like, oh, well, what are you doing tomorrow? So that Thursday. And me and my friend were going to the Hamptons. And so he's like, oh, well, I'm having a party out there, and y'all should come through. So I'm like, oh shit, like lit, I want to go party in the Hamptons. Like, I'm thinking, you guys, like literally I just had this idea that I was gonna go to this like Project X mansion type Hamptons party. That's not what it was though. Yeah, so we get out there, and then me, my friend, and her sister, we're all hanging out in the Hamptons all day. And then towards like the evening time, we link up with my coworker at his event. And when we got there, it actually wasn't a party, it was a family cookout. Like, it was like a big family cookout, which is still cool, because like his family was literally cool as hell. Like, they were so freaking cool. Like, they were so freaking cool. But anyway, so we had a really, really good time. But during the time that we're out there, probably like maybe an hour and a half in, I don't know, something like that. So we're chilling in the pool, everything like that. Like, everybody's having a good time, whatever. And I had asked him, I was like, are you ever gonna tell me like what you needed to talk to me about? Like, what's up? So he's like, take a walk with me right quick. And I'm like, okay, like, what's up? Like, talk to me. So we go on this walk. It's really just like a few steps over, and there's like a gazebo area or whatever. So we sit down, and this coworker proceeds to basically like profess all his feelings to me. And I'm just like, I had no idea. I literally never knew that he had like feelings or a crush or anything like that. So he basically goes into this spiel about how he feels like, how did he word it? It was pretty long, you guys. We probably sat over there for like 30 minutes. And he's telling me, you know, I really like your vibe. I think you're gorgeous. Like, I think you're so beautiful. And he's like, not on any creeper shit, but like, I think about you a lot. And I'm just like, and so then he's going on. He's like, I know you got a situation going. Mind you, okay, you guys. So in my No We Can't Split the Bill video, I mentioned how I still heavily have feelings from, I'm still in love with my ex. Like, it's not a secret. Like, literally not at all secret. So my ex has been up here to visit me in New York. That's who helped me move into my new apartment, like all that. And so I also took him, while he was up here, I took him to a function with some of my coworkers for another coworker's birthday while he was up here. So at this birthday, I'm gonna call the coworker who was trying to like hit on me. I'm gonna call him Retro. I know I be having the most random names, y'all, but I be having to look around at stuff because I'm not good at just thinking of name of like random names. I just saw my Jordans sitting there, so I'm gonna call this coworker Retro. So at this event, Retro met my ex. Like, we all were at this event together, like everybody's having a good time or whatever. They met. So I mean, I know some girls aren't shit, but I'm not like that. Like, I'm not ever finna have my nigga in another nigga face that, you know, that I've fucked with or planned to fuck with or anything like that. That would never happen. Like, never. That's so disrespectful, because I wouldn't want him to have me in the same room or, you know, in somebody's face as someone that he used to fuck with or plan to fuck with or anything like that. Just the principle, y'all know what I mean. Like, I'm just not about to do that. So like, while Retro is explaining this to me, I'm just like, in my head, you know, I'm just like, now why would I introduce you to the love of my life and then proceed to fuck with you a month later after I let you smile on his face and everything? But it gets messier. He's telling me about how he feels like, you know, we have this vibe, and like he feels like we have this connection, and he just feels like we could create something dope and this could be a really dope thing. Like, that's how he keeps on explaining it. And I'm just like, during the duration of the conversation, there were at least 3 different times where I was like, let me shut this down. Like, I literally said in 3 different ways, I'm not looking to start anything. You know, I have a situation currently going on. I'm focused on that situation, and I'm not looking to add on anything else. Like, I don't feel that same way about you. So I'm saying that, but he kind of like keeps, it's almost like a salesperson. Like, he kind of like keeps trying to like rebuttal. At one point he even said, at one point he was like, you know, I know you got plan A, but we could start to hang out and maybe you'll like plan B better. And, you know, who knows, you might decide plan B is really the what did he say? I can't remember how he worded it, but it was basically like, oh, you might decide you with plan B more and you might go with that one. And I'm just like, no, not at all. No. And I even told him that. I was like, literally, plan A is the only plan. Like, that's the plan. So while he's explaining this again, I'm just like, no. And let me tell you the other reasons I'm like, this isn't, like, I'm not at all interested in this. This isn't gonna work. So, and again, this is not to be malicious or anything of the sort, you guys. But what makes the situation even more messy is that this coworker, Retro, just last week, you guys, slept with Unicorn before we stopped being friends. Now, if y'all have seen my Pride story, then you know that I just recently fell off with one of my friends who just like was being really funny and kind of felt some type of way about me coming to Pride, and just, it was all this other shit. But anyway, you just had relations with my friend last week, and then this week you ask me if you can get to know me better and if we can start hanging out and talking, and you know, you want to do something and like, you want to get to know me, you want to develop something with me. When I say the whole time he was explaining this, I felt so, because mind you, he wasn't the one who brought up the fact that he slept with my friend just last week. I brought this up the next day. So the first day, like when he was explaining this, I was telling him, no, like, this isn't gonna be a thing, this isn't gonna work, no. But the next day I really went back and reiterated everything I said, and then was like, no, and also this is why. And not only that, it makes everything even messier, because it's like, I'm not one to ever mix personal and business. I literally never ever mix personal and business, and so far it has done me beautifully not mixing those two things. So I at all costs avoid it. But I came up here and decided for the one time ever in my whole working history I would try it. And now I know why you don't fucking try it. Not with Retro. Hell no. But we have another coworker who I used to kind of like hang out with and deal with. I wouldn't say talk to, because it wasn't like, I don't feel like it was long enough to where you would consider it talking. It was like we were just hanging out. Like I thought he was attractive, he thought I was attractive. Like we were just hanging out, getting to know each other, feeling each other's vibe. And him and this coworker are supposed to be friends. Like they're supposed to be boys, they're supposed to be friends. This coworker that I felt like, you know, like he was attractive, wanted to get to know him and stuff like that, like, or wanted to get to know him but not like on a serious level, because again, I'm not looking to start anything with anybody. This was the same one from my like, oh, we can't split the bill story time, which I do want to say right quickly. When I made that story, I honestly should have done a better job of defending him when people were talking like really badly about him in the comments, because honestly, I know the situation was like annoying, but in hindsight, it wasn't malicious. He's actually a very, 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 very sweet person. And I just know it wasn't malicious. Like he didn't have a malicious intent behind it. It's just common sense isn't always so common for everybody. And I think it was just a case of like, he just wasn't like, it just didn't click. But also like ever since I cut it off, he doesn't speak to me at all anymore, at all. Will not look at me, will not speak to me, or know anything. And we work together. This is why I do not do business and personal. I don't mix them, because now we have to work together, and well, there's a tension in the atmosphere every time we have to work together because we don't speak at all. And I'm the type of person where like, if I feel the tension, I'm gonna address it. So I have addressed it one time since, and it still has been like this intense tension. So I would definitely be going back to address it again, because I'm not about to be at work and we're avoiding each other and not talking and all this like extra like, this is why I don't mix business and personal, because I don't want to be in a situation where like this, like you could cut it literally with a knife. Actually, you would need more than a knife to cut it, honestly. At this point, you would need a chainsaw to cut the tension. That's a tangent. That's why I don't mix business and personal. And Retro and this person are supposed to be friends. So I feel like it was very weird and disrespectful, in my opinion, that you would fuck my friend a week prior, and then you also know that I used to hang out with your friend, but it's the principal, and you just fuck my friend a week before. Why would you ask me this? And then it's also the fact that, okay, so this is another thing that I kind of like feel like I've noticed with this particular person, with Retro, is that I personally, there have just been a lot of other things that turn me off. And again, I'm not trying to be malicious with this video. I'm going to keep saying it because I don't want people to feel like I'm trying to be a mean girl, because I'm not. I'm just being very honest. Like, there's just a lot of other things that personally like turn me off when it comes to this person. Like, as friends, totally dope, so cool, everything, but like it would never be more than that. And one of those things being, I'm gonna kick it to y'all 100. I don't like when people let their lips get really, really chapped or get really like crusty. And like when they get like the white stuff in the corners of their mouth, or like the kind of like almost like little craters on their lips because like they're letting their lips get so dry and stuff. That is really, really gross to me. And I really don't like when people let their stuff get like that. And he tends to let his stuff get like that, and I've peeped it. Like if it was one of my like really, really close friends, I'd be like, hey bitch, like you gotta get that, like this. Yeah, honestly, I'm really blunt. I don't know why I haven't told him about that shit. I just don't think I found a nice way to tell him, honestly. I think that's why, more so. And then on top of that, like after the unicorn thing, like she did mention to me that he's not really like that endowed. down there or like that blessed down there, really at all. And I will say, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of felt a little bit insulted that, like, knowing that you don't have a lot going on down there, that you would like approach me. Yo, I'm sorry if that's fucked up, but like, I'm literally terrified of small, like it's a real fear. So like, I kind of feel like, why would you do that? I don't know, that's just me. I guess, you know, that little people need love too, but just not for me. So that was part of it too, because I was like, I was literally like, you know that if you slept with my friend, we probably talked about it. So you know I know there's nothing down there. How dare you? Like, I literally was kind of like in my head, like, how fucking dare you? And then also, my last thing. Again, you guys, I'm not trying to be malicious. I'm really not. And nobody, like, I purposely, like, when I work places, I don't tell people I work with about my YouTube, because I don't want, if I do make a story time about anything that goes on at work and stuff, like, I don't want people at work, like, I don't want it to be the talk of the job or to start drama or anything like that. So like, I keep my work and personal, like I said, business and personal, very separate. So I like make sure that like people from my jobs don't have access to my YouTube if I'm currently working at those jobs. So anyway, so another thing that I kind of like noticed when it comes to this person, when it comes to Retro, is like, I feel like whenever we've gone out, it's been like I feel like it's been like a, like, you know how some people I feel like have a lot to prove, and because they have a lot to prove, like they do the absolute most, like to make themselves seem like tough or like hard or like stuff like that. And so I personally really don't like when people do that. Like, it's annoying to me, because I know for some reason, like, New Yorkers meet me up here and they just assume they know my life, and like, I must not know anybody who's about that life, because I'm from the South and New Yorkers are just the hardest people on planet Earth, and nobody's lived the life they live. I've met people who are about that life. I know people who are about that life, and they don't talk about the fact that they're about that life. And that's what I'm used to. Like, there are some people who really are about that life, but they're just like on that hot boy shit, and they feel like they need to let everybody know, and they need for everybody to know that they're about that life. And then I feel like there are people who really do be about that life, who carry themselves very like, I don't want you to know I'm about that life. I honestly am only about that life when it's absolutely necessary. I prefer not to have to be about that life, and really I'm trying to put that life behind me. And those are the people that I gravitate towards more. I don't ever gravitate towards people who feel like they have something to prove, or they trying to be on their hot boy shit because like they need everybody to know they the hardest one on the street. Like, I don't like all that. And this particular coworker, I feel like every time, like when we've been out, when we all go out as a group, it's like the vibe is good. Like, everybody's having a good time. Like, nobody be talking about anything violent. Nobody be talking about fighting. Nobody be talking about anything except for like good vibes and like, oh, what are we about to get into next? Like, let's go drink. Like, let's do this or let's do that. Like, good vibes, good vibes. And Retro always finds a way to bring up fucking like, and I guess this is more so when he's drunk, but even then, it's like he's always trying to like find a way to bring up fucking fighting. Don't nobody else be talking about fucking fighting. Nobody. Everybody be having a good time, enjoying the vibe. Like, literally everybody will be chilling, and all of a sudden Retro is, oh, I hope I don't gotta fight this nigga, or that nigga better not try me. Like, nobody in here better try me, because I'll lay somebody out. Like, it just be like, nobody's talking about that right now. Like, what the fuck? I hate when people do that, because like, again, I feel like I've noticed, like, when I meet a lot of New Yorkers, like, they just assume because I'm from the South, like, oh, the South ain't as hard as, like, as New York. So I know you ain't never seen shit. So I'm just like, okay. I don't correct them because I don't have anything to prove. Like, I don't need to, like, I'm not about to argue you down with whether I've seen some real shit before. I don't give a fuck whether you feel like I have or you haven't. Like, I ain't got nothing to prove. If you feel like I ain't seen no shit, cool. All right, I ain't seen shit. And if you feel like you get a vibe like, she might have seen some shit, cool. Mind your fucking business. Don't say shit. That's how I am. So, and the reason that I even bring that up is because I know New Yorkers, again, feel like they're the hardest ones in the fucking universe. Don't know why it's a competition. Don't know why anybody cares. But I'm from Durham. I've, told y'all on my channel that I was born in Charlotte, but I grew up in Durham. Now, I know a lot of people don't know about Durham because Durham is in North Carolina. It's not a big city, whatever. Now, my experience growing up in Durham is a lot of females in Durham are very much so about that life. And, or at least growing up, because Durham I feel like has calmed down a lot, but growing up, Durham was interesting. And there were a lot of females from Durham who were always fighting, and they just genuinely enjoyed fighting. Like, bitches loved to fight, like, for any time of the day, for any reason. Bitches loved to fight, and they like really could throw hands. And so just that being the experience, because again, I didn't grow up fighting, you guys. I don't tell these stories, like I have 2 fight stories on my channel. It's not because like I just grew up fighting, I'm the hardest bitch out here. It's just because I literally am not about to get my ass beat, and I'm gonna defend myself, and if you put your hands on me, we have a problem. But I also don't like, I would very much so prefer to never have to, But I feel like a lot of girls in Durham, they enjoyed fighting growing up. They've grown out of it, but back then they enjoyed fighting. So when you know that, you really get in the mentality of knowing how to move around females like that. And you understand that there's a certain way you need to carry yourself. And you don't just go trying to pick fights, considering that, you might be in this party or you might be in this mall or whatever, and there are a whole bunch of bitches who want to fight you. They ain't got shit to lose, so they want to fight you. So if you go into the mall and you're saying some hot ass shit like, oh, I'll fight anybody in here, anybody can get touched, anybody can get smacked, and then you're in an area where you have a bunch of people who ain't got shit to lose and they've been waiting on somebody to pop off so they could fucking fight, then that's how you end up always fighting. And that is why I don't like to be around people like that, because there is no reason to walk anywhere and just have this energy like anybody can get touched when it's all good vibes. If nobody else is on that, why would you walk into an area like where everybody's talking about fucking ponies and flowers, and then you come up in there like, oh, anybody can get touched? Okay, so if there's a crazy nigga in the corner and he hears that, he gonna be listening like, oh, well, not me, bitch, you got me fucked up. Then you could have avoided this situation. Now this person done pull out a gun, or now they throwing hands, and now you throwing hands, and everybody else looking like, what the hell? Where did this go wrong? That is why I don't like hot shit like that. Like I really don't. And I feel like when you're really about it, like for example, like again, growing up in Durham, the girls who did the most talking was normally the ones who got their ass whooped. And same for the dudes. And I feel like there's a certain way you carry yourself when you don't have anything to prove. And there's a certain way that you carry yourself when you have a lot to prove, or when you feel like you have a lot to prove. And if you feel like you have a lot to prove, then there's a reason for why you feel that way. Being around people like that sometimes can be tiring, because you get into really messy or really sometimes violent situations that you could have avoided, but they felt like they had to prove something. And now a nigga done pulled a knife on y'all because this nigga was, because Retro was talking shit for no goddamn reason, or done pulled a gun out because Retro was talking shit for no goddamn reason. And so that's another one of the things that, like, to me is like, it's a turn off. It's a major turn off. So during the time that he's like expressing all of this to me, I'm just like, we would literally never. Taking all that into consideration, like maybe it is a city boy summer because that's a city boy move, but yeah, that whole situation was just like really really messy, and it was like recipe for messiness and disaster. That is the story. Y'all let me know your thoughts. Comment your thoughts down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know I was ranting a whole lot. I'm probably not cutting a lot of it out because, oh well, you'll be okay. You'll live. So I'll see you guys in my next story. Please like this video, leave your comments down below, subscribe to my channel,